Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and this is Veeam version 13 full course, and this is fourth part in this course. So in this video we are going to see how to add a Windows backup repository in Veeam server step by step in a lab demo. So basically this is one of the most critical component in backup infrastructure, because this locations where your backup are going to be actually stored. So let's understand some basic concept and foundation basically. So Veeam backup infrastructure consists of these four key components: backup server, backup repository, backup proxy, and network and transport mode. So think this is in a very simple way. The repository is your storage location where all your backups files are going to be stored. So the proxy is the data mover that transfers the backup data, and the network transport mode defines how the data travel from the source to destination. So if any of these components are not configured correctly or properly, so your backup can become slow, inefficient, and maybe even fail completely. So now why we should use a Windows backup repository? So a Windows backup repository is very easy to configure, ideal for a small or medium enterprise, and supports REFS file system, which enables fast cloning and space saving. This means you can store more backups while consuming less storage space. So now let's understand the real this with a real world example. So imagine your company running more than 100 virtual machine. If they are configured only with one repository, it becomes a storage bottleneck. If proxy is not optimized, backup will become slow. If the wrong transport mode is used, the network get basically congested. So this result backup jobs take more than 10 hours, production network becomes slow, recovery takes longer time. But with the proper configuration, jobs get completed faster, network load is optimized, and recovery become much quicker. So this is why repository configuration is extremely important in the real world environment. So in the most important concept in backup infrastructure is transport mode and how data actually transferred during the backup operation. So on the screen you can see three different transport mode: direct SAN mode, and hot add-on mode, and network NBD, which is network based transmission. So let's break each one of down in a very simple and practical way. So let's start with the direct SAN mode basically. So which is the fastest method available. So in this mode the backup proxy connects directly to the storage system, the SAN, using the fiber channel or ISCSI. Instead of going through a ESXi host or network, it's read directly from the blocks from the storage and from the storage basically. So why this is important? Because it completely removes the load from the ESXi network and delivers very high performance backup. So talking about requirement, you must have a SAN storage with the proper fiber channel and ISCSI connectivity configured. So in the real environment, larger enterprise data center use direct SAN mode for critical workload like larger database, high performance application, where the speed is very important basically. And second one is a hot add-on. So which is very commonly in virtual machine environment. So in this method, the backup proxy itself run as a virtual machine, and during the backup, the disk of the target VM are temporarily attached to the proxy VM. So instead of pulling data over the network, the proxy reads the data directly from the attached disk and gives better performance or than network mode, and avoids network users. So now the network requirement is very simple. Your proxy must be a virtual machine. It must have access to the same data store as the target VM. And in the real environment, most mid-size companies using Veeam cluster relay or hot add-on mode basically, because it's easy to configure and does not require a specialized storage like SAN. And last one is basically network mode. So let's talk about the NBD mode, so also known as a network mode. So this is one of the most basic and universal supported method. So here the data transfer over the network using the management network of ESXi host. The biggest advantage, it works in all environment, does not require any specific configuration. But there is a trade-off. This is the slowest method because performance depends entirely on your network bandwidth. In the real world scenario, NBD mode is used when you don't have SAN, or hot add is basically not possible. So to summarize, direct direct SAN mode, best performance used in enterprise environment. Hot add-on, balance and widely used in virtual setup. And NBD failback option works everywhere but slower. So choosing the right transport mode can efficiently impact your backup performance and overall infrastructure uh, efficiency for your backup and recovery. So now this is my demo environment which I'm going to use in this demo. So I have my Active Directory server ready, and Veeam Data Platform server, which we have installed in part 2. So now I have a so let me show you. So this is my Veeam server. So during the installation, it has identified one of the disks, which is D drive 1 TB drive. So you can see the I renamed it to backup hyphen repo 01. So by default, if I go to backup infrastructure and backup repository, you can see this is by default created by Veeam Backup, and default backup repository is added uh, by itself. And now you can see here I have another disk which I want to show you in this demo. So go to disk management, and I have added 100 gig one drive. So you can see this is the drive, and I'll go here and configure this as a secondary backup repository. So E drive, and then I'll call it refs, and let me just copy this name so I can put the same name and use 02. So now quick format, so this will format this disk. So you can see if the first disk is 1 terabyte, the second disk is approx 100 gig only. So now I'll go here and add on click on add repository. So when you click on add repository, you will get these 5 options. So basically let's start from the bottom. So Veeam data cloud vault. So this is a fully managed secure cloud object storage from Veeam. So if you click here, you will get option to basically configure this cloud vault basically. And then let me show you the object storage also. So on-premises object storage system or a cloud object storage you can provide. So again, we data cloud vault S3 compatibility storage you can provide. Hyperscalers such as Amazon S3, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud Storage you can provide. And then we have a duplicating storage appliance. These are specialized appliance which comes from the OEM such as Dell. Dell basically do data domain, and then you have a HP store ones, Fujitsu, and uh, Exagreed. So you have all these options if you want to configure deduplicating storage appliance. And this is the network attached storage. So if you want to configure NFS or SMB base, you can configure that also. And this is the direct attach storage. So Microsoft Windows or Linux server with the internal or direct attach storage. This configures enable mover directly run on the server, so allowing faster performance. So I'll go ahead here, and these are the options Linux and Linux hardened repository which we are going to configure in next video. So this is what I want to configure here. So Microsoft server, and click here, and now I'll go here and paste this name. So let me copy once again and put it here. So click next, and this is my server. So click next, and now it will show you the drive. So I'll go ahead and select my E drive and populate. So it will tell you the size, and then you can configure the maximum limit of concurrent sessions. So I'll go ahead and configure, let's say 2, and also you can select the read and write ratio to the drive. So I'll click on next, and now the specified volume is formatted in you can see the REFS 4K cluster size recommended to format in 64K. So proceed anyway. So no, I don't want to proceed. I'll go ahead and format this with the recommended basically what Veeam recommends. So format and then REFS and then default size 64K and OK. Now this should be good. So now if I click next, it should pass. And now mount server, this is my mount server, Windows server is my mount server. So click next, and now detecting the installed Veeam components, and if everything goes well, you should be able to see mount service, VMware, and all the services are installed. So I'll click on apply, and now this will add this repository in my backup repository, drive as a backup repository. So now this should take few seconds only. So all done, and now you can see we can click on finish, and now changes configuration location will newly created. So I'll go ahead and no, and now I'll go ahead and rename this one also, which is by default created. So now this is backup repository 1. So I'll click on finish. So now you can see our two Windows direct attach repository is added to Veeam, which can be now consumed as a for the backup jobs or replication jobs. So this is what I wanted to basically cover in this video. So there are some best practices, recommendation, and common mistakes. So best practices recommendation: use direct send for enterprise environment, use hot add for virtualization setup, use NBD only for as a failback, and always deploy multiple proxies to basically increase performance of your overall infrastructure. Use hardened repository for security such as for the ransomware protection and all, and separate backup traffic from production network. So you should have a two different basically traffic, one for production traffic and one for backup traffic from your networking or switching layer. And common mistakes to avoid: using only NBD in larger environment, which basically increase your overall backup and recovery time, and not enabling the immutability. So this is provide the basically security or protection against the ransomware or malware infection. Overloading single proxy. So by default when you deploy, there will be only single proxy which is going to be by default installed. So if I go to backup policy, you should be able to see this is my backup policy, backup proxy server for Veeam, and this is also acting as a Veeam backup proxy. So avoid using single proxy server and improve improper repository size. So I just showed you here. So so one proxy one basically repository is 100 gig and one is 1 terabyte. So this is not recommended. So you should use the proper repository sizing. So I'll show you how to extend the repository size also in upcoming videos. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos, and if you have any question, any query related to this, you can always post me my given mail IDs. Thank you once again. Bye bye.